And I so relate to that sentiment, but I didn't realize how many of you are feeling this right now. And so I'm like, we got to dig into this, and we got to not just kind of talk about it as a thematic thing. Let's do the research. Let's find the experts. Let's figure out what this sense of being behind in your life actually is. And this is such a common experience in life. It's so common, in fact, that there's a word for it. It's called the social clock. That is the technical name based on research for this sense that there's some invisible checklist that you're supposed to mark your success in life by. And the research is incredible. I mean, if you're watching me on YouTube right now, you see that I have a stack of paper here. I have 21 pages of research to share with you today. This is such a cool topic, and it's going to completely transform how you feel about where you are in life. So let's talk about this concept of social clock. And once I unpack that and how it creates pressure and expectations that are just simply unfair and not accurate for where the world is at right now, once you see this, and then we go decade by decade, you're going to be liberated by how you're going to look at your life and yourself differently. And so in the 1960s, there was a psychologist by the name of Bernice Newgarden, and she found that every single society has this invisible checklist for life milestones. You got to graduate from college by 22. You got to be married by 30. You got to have kids by 35. You're going to have your midlife crisis when you turn 50. You got to retire by 65. And here's an interesting note about 65 and retiring. Where do these numbers come from? Like, why do we all think we're supposed to do certain things by a certain time? Well, they come from societal norms. And what you're about to discover, this blew my mind when I dug into the research, is so many of the societal norms were determined like 50 to 100 years ago when life was different. In fact, life expectancy was completely different. So that kind of general notion that you should retire at the age of 65, check this out. You want to know when that became, quote, the social clock or the invisible checklist? 1935. 1935 was when the Social Security Act happened, and it created this moment in time at the age of 65 where Social Security was a thing. That's when you were supposed to retire. And we all were just like, okay. And then we set the social clock at 65, and then we all live our lives as if we're supposed to retire at 65. Says who? I guess everybody since 1935. Isn't that kind of dumb that we have this stupid age where we're supposed to do something by?